Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. How are you doing today? Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. And as always, as a part of our expert series, Tuesday mornings, we talk with the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing awesome, Mike. Super excited to be here as always, because I know if anything, we're going to have a good laugh
Oh, yeah.
and definitely teach some folks some things that I think that they can always look at differently. And again, it's all perspective. So I like to help along with these things.
Yeah, we got three exciting topics today. A couple of them controversial, which is always awesome, right?
Yeah.
We just put it out there. We really have no ulterior motive. But the
Mm.
first one's going to be interesting, right? Lots
Mhm.
of people have this idea of becoming a millionaire. And what I want to do is kind of demystify that. And I think we're going to each kind of list three things that people have wrong about becoming a millionaire. What do you
Okay,
think?
sure.
All
Yeah,
right.
love it. Let's demystify it.
So the first one I will highlight is um, one of the best things to do up front, because I think becoming a millionaire is a process. And the first thing that I coach people on is you've got to look at your spending. You've got to change that
Yeah.
behavior.
Yeah.
Because what happens is too many people focus on the top line, but if you don't fix your attitude towards money or what you're doing day in, day out, I have known people that made 50 grand a year that saved 15 grand. And I've
Yeah,
known people that
sure.
make 500 grand a year and save nothing.
Yeah, they're negative every year.
Yeah, they're negative. So
Yes.
it is so
Sure.
much. I mean, income plays a part of it.
Sure, of
However,
course.
income without kind of like your vegetables,
Yeah.
right? Understanding, all of that is it's going to end badly, right? If you just eat ice cream all day long or red
Mhm.
meat, it will eventually end badly. So for me, I think people need to evaluate what they're spending each month so that they can have discretionary income and do other things. So the big one for me is people don't, and again, it's not sexy,
No,
but is the
no.
most it's the most impactful, because once you fix that, I mean, that could be in theory fixed in a weekend, right? You had this
Yeah,
30-day budget
sure.
tracker that we've talked about, we added to the course. And you do that for 30 days and you look at it, you go, holy cow, I thought we spent X squared. And by the way, X
Sure.
squared's bad.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
it's eye-opening. So you can really change your behavior on spending certainly in 30 days. And then you're set up for the
yeah.
years ahead, in my opinion. So spending's a big part of it, in my opinion.
What's the easiest thing to fix, Mike? Spending or revenue?
Oh, spending.
Right?
Yeah, I
Like,
mean, it's
be
almost
lazy.
instant.
Be lazy. Go for the easy fruit, go for the easy low hanging fruit. Stop spending like an idiot,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
go for the easy fruit. That's why that expense tracker is worth its weight in gold,
Mm-hmm.
because that is effectively something that you can fix right now today
Yeah.
while you're watching the channel. I got to have that spreadsheet and I'm going to start filling it out. And literally in the next 3 days or 4 days, you're going to start to see patterns that you might not know have existed,
Yep.
or now they're really in your face. And hey, your $11 a day on Frappuccinos is just going to have to stop.
Yeah. Again, folks, what we're referring to is the lumberjack put together a 30-day spreadsheet. He was nice enough to add it to the Get Your Money Right course, the game of money. Link below. But again, I keep telling people, I think people hear this and they don't internalize it. Olivia and I sat down when I was 30 and we said, honey, what's going on? And we immediately whacked 10% off our expenses. And
Yeah,
ultimately, over about 18 months, we whacked 50%. Some is
sure,
easy, but some takes
sure.
time to kind of work through. So, folks, how we grew our portfolio? We stopped spending on stupid things.
Absolutely. Just it's discipline, right?
Discipline.
Daily execution and discipline. So my top one would be the myth of becoming a millionaire is that life gets easier.
Oh, I like that one. Oh, I'll be a
Life
millionaire.
gets
I'll just eat bonbons and sit on the beach. Woo!
it's easy. I just sit around snapping like this all day.
And
Like
people just
that's
bring me
that.
stuff.
Because here's the thing, once you have it, you definitely don't want to lose it. And
Yeah.
so it becomes more difficult. You still want to grow because likely if you became a millionaire and you didn't inherit it, you had to grow to that point.
Oh yeah.
And so that was the long game. That was discipline. That was execution, daily execution, whether it was, on the
Yeah.
spending side or daily execution for, becoming more educated in a certain area so that you're worth more in your career path. These are all things,
Yeah.
these are all things. I'm working with the kid that I told you is looking at buying a 4-unit. He's 25 years old and he's 3 months away from becoming a full-fledged junior electrician journeyman license.
That's awesome.
Now he had to start that at 20. And you know what he does every single day? God bless this kid. Every single day, and this is why I helped him. Every single day he wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I like it.
Every day. And he drives all the way to Boston, which is about a little over an hour away from his house. He drives an hour to Boston every single day. Yeah. And he works every single day. And he gets out around 2:30 or 3 o'clock. And then he drives that same hour home every single day, 5 days a week. And then he would also do a day, I think for 8 months a year, he would do a day in class as well.
Wow.
To get to that point. Now, if he had said, well, geez, I just really want to make good money. Yeah. Okay. Don't we all?
Yeah.
What are you willing to do to get it? So I think for me, I said, like I said, I think on my side, my first one is life gets easier as a myth. It gets more difficult. It gets more challenging, more money, more problems, and some problems it fixes, but money definitely creates plenty of its own problems as well.
Yeah, no, you're so right. I mean, some people look at it and go, hey, if I had this, I had that, I could do this, or I could do that. Sure. But what got you here, what got you to be a millionaire won't get you to 10 million, right? You've got to keep growing. You've got to keep learning, so that's a good one. My next one I've seen really experienced twice in my life. Once I was an active participant, and this time I'm sitting on the sidelines enjoying popcorn. And that is the idea that if you put all your chips on a single bet, it's going to go to the moon. And it's, it will make me a millionaire overnight.
Yeah, no.
Folks, you could win the lottery, but you could also get struck by lightning twice and be bitten by a shark. It's all possible. The same person. That is not how it generally works. Generally, for most of us, it's focus, daily execution, and then just time.
Yeah, agreed.
You own assets, assets appreciate, debt gets paid down, inflation happens. And most of the people that I know in real estate actually don't know the day. Some don't even know the month. A few don't even know the year they became a millionaire because it's not on their tracking spreadsheet, right? They're looking at cash flow and, debt pay down and all of that. So it's not a single bet. I think there's too much belief right now in kind of this free money being sent to everyone, kind of Robinhood, Webull, all this stuff kind of made it, gamifying investing. Investing shouldn't be a game. It's not a game. It's your money. It's your future. And taking all your chips and, oh, by the God, if you're going to do 100-to-1 leverage in crypto, you're a moron. You're just a moron. It doesn't work.
I mean, just cozy up to the idea that there's a reason the phrase exists. Easy come, easy go.
Oh my God.
Right. Yeah. And like, how many articles have we seen on Dogecoin millionaires? Like, what the hell? Like, I'm glad for them. I'm very, very happy for them. But then some of them are in it and like ride or die.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you, nuts?
It's funny you bring this up. So I don't generally do this, but one of those, it wasn't even worth $1 million. I think it was 150 grand. He was popping off and somehow he showed up in my feed. He must be somebody that's close to me. They know them. That's the only way he could have shown up. But he was raving about Dogecoin the day before Elon Musk went on SNL. Right. And he's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, I was about as mean as I could get. I was like, 1, have you sold? 2, if you haven't sold, you ain't made bleep.
Exactly.
Exactly. And he replies back with, you don't understand. You're just an old fart, blah, 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 blah. So I, basically Doge did what it did after Elon just started talking. And yes, I did kick that rock. I said, how's it feel?
Yeah.
Did you sell now?
Right?
Yeah.
Half
during it, right? Everybody's
monologue. Half.
Everybody expected it would go to the moon.
Yeah.
And then of course he goes, well, yeah, well, I have diamond hands. I'm going to hold forever and blah, blah, blah. And what's it been doing since? Dude, there's no use case, no value. It's a freaking tulip bulb. I mean, it's a joke.
Exactly. Well, and then the other thing that you have around it too is, so how are you going to afford your life if you're never selling? Like, what are you, Jamba Juice Kevin? Like, like if you're never selling and you're never actually getting the event that actually creates liquidity for you,
Yeah.
then what are we even talking
Dude, take
about?
your capital back at least.
Yes. Well, I mean, just his capital, truth be told, his capital was probably $2,000.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But so like, take at least some off the table, take 30%, take 20, like just hedge, take some money off the table. There's nothing wrong with actually getting paid.
Yeah. Yeah.
Take it.
Yeah. It's hard to go broke taking a profit. Right. But yeah, this whole idea that you have to go all in on one thing, whether it's Doge or tulip bulbs or pet rocks or whatever it is.
No,
that's not how most people, that's not how 99% of the people become millionaires. It's a series of well-placed bets over time.
That's right.
It's not one all in, poker move. That's just not how it works. Yeah. You could go all in on 2-7 offsuit and win. Sure. I don't like your chances though.
Yeah, exactly. There's a reason it's the worst hand.
The worst hand ever
in poker. There's a reason it's the worst mathematically.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
but you could still win.
You possible. Yes, possible. So my number 2 is the myth about being a millionaire is that you didn't have to take any risk to get there.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah.
Like life is fraught with risk.
Yeah.
And at the same time, you have to take risk and you have to leverage to get to become a millionaire. It's the way of life. It's the only way that it really can happen. And certainly with any level of speed whatsoever. Because if you want to save your way to $1 million and you want to go up against me in time, I will beat you every single time. It won't even be close.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be at 3 by the time you're at 1.
I mean, Dave Ramsey, I think deserves, and just flat out deserves a lot of credit for getting people from negative net worth to 0.
Yes.
I think he does an amazing job of that. Yes. Where his advice falls down, in my opinion, is how he feels about cash flow real estate investment and, buy one and pay it off and, do all of these things. He's preaching save your way to $1 million. I've done the math. For most people, it takes 40 years.
That's right. That's right. And here's the thing. What's that $1 million worth when you're done?
Oh, I know.
Like it's
how many of you live 40 years? I mean,
there's right.
There's math like 12% of us won't be there at the end.
Yeah. And that's where I think, I think that Dave Ramsey does a lot of things right. I think he does plenty of things wrong.
Of course.
I think the thing about it is just like you and I got burned in the real estate or in the stock market. Yeah. And so that's not a thing for us. We found a safer way to create wealth outside of the market that was less fixed.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Just less fixed.
Yeah. And you got to realize again, people see him now. He's, worth hundreds of millions of dollars and he can pay cash for real estate.
Sure.
Yeah. If you're up there, go for it. But he started his career doing very short-term debt on highly leveraged assets. Not a good idea, folks.
No, that's what, and his strategy for real estate sucked. That's why he lost.
Bad.
That's why he lost. He lost because his strategy for it sucked.
Yeah, his
market turned, market shifted, and he was left holding the bag. And then we had to call the ambulance.
Yeah.
Sorry, I feel bad for the guy that he lost his stuff, but he put himself in a position where everything was short-term, highly leveraged. And then when it reversed, he had no way out. And hey, that's kind of the way that it goes. Then people that if you're taking the path, slow and steady wins the race. There's a reason why our armed services say slow is smooth and smooth is fast.
There you go.
Because it is. Slow is smooth and smooth is fast. It's deliberate. It's intentional. And it's actionable. And that's how you become a millionaire.
Yeah. Yeah. I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. I guess the last one I have is I truly believe if you are in a free country, certainly a country that has capitalistic tendencies, that everyone could become a millionaire if they were willing to do the work, sacrifice, appreciate time. I think there's too many people that feel defeated before they even start. And they just think like life happens to them. You're a 9th grade dropout. The odds were not stacked in your favor. I was married at 19.
Yeah.
Right. And the only college graduate in my entire family, cousins and aunts and uncles and all,
Mhm.
wasn't stacked in my favor. But we had,
And your first daughter by when? 21?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. So yeah, a little hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
a little hard, Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah. Food or diapers. Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, whatever. That's not
Exactly.
good. But yeah, I think anybody could do it. I don't think many will. I think many look at kind of the real world and they feed themselves with the easy pill, which doesn't
Yeah.
exist, right? The red or blue pill. But if you're willing to look inside yourself, you're willing to sign up for a decade of work and sacrifice, you can do it. Most of you won't, but you could. That's what I think.
So my response to that is, we've had this conversation a couple times. I think that largely speaking, most people are lucky if they're mediocre
Oh, yeah.
because they don't want to do it. They don't want to do what it takes. They aren't committed. They
Mhm.
aren't committed. It comes to commitment. It comes to
Yeah.
commitment. And that's where so many people don't get it. You just don't get it. And that's why out of the 100 people I talked to in the course of a month, and not like actually talk to, conversation, not on my phone,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
texting, not answering a message
You mean
on
like
YouTube.
actually talk to?
Yeah, actually talking 100 conversations a month. Maybe that should be some of the millennials and zillennials goals,
Oh, there
right?
you go.
Is having conversation, relationship, building your team. Just through a text message, you can be easily deleted, ignored, or blocked.
Yep.
And whatever that goal is, and that's my frustration that I have with the younger folks that I work with, is it doesn't happen auto-magically.
Mhm.
It doesn't even happen automatically. You've got to do the work. You've
Yeah.
got to be deliberate. You've got to state intention. And then you have to follow up with the work. And I think that because of that, I think the majority of people can't, because they just do not have the guts, and in some cases the balls,
Mm.
to do what it takes to daily execute and admit. Let's face it, Mike, you're
Yeah.
admitting that you don't know it, you're not doing it right, and that you have not done life well,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
If you're in that camp and saying, I can't get out of it. So you're having to first admit and come to the terms with, you suck at life right now. And you know what? That's okay. We've all sucked at life at one point or
for
another.
sure. I've admitted it publicly.
Exactly.
It's on video.
But we raise our hands and say,
Yeah.
you know what? We sucked at life. We had to right the ship. And that's what winners do. Winners pivot. Winners make lemonade out of lemons. And hey, I was a ninth grade dropout. Yeah, that was my choice. And you know what? The rest of my life, I had to work that much harder than the guys that had the educations and the guys that had the background in different things. I had to work that much harder than them. But I am further advanced than any of those people that I worked with in my early 20s, way past all of them in my career and in my holdings and everything that we've done. But that came from one thing, which was recognizing we were doing the wrong thing, recognizing we had to do the right thing, and changing our behavior and being sure for daily execution and doing the work. So largely speaking, I'm more negative on people than you are. But
I want to see the good in
is.
them. You see the reality. That's
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm certainly not going to waste my time trying to convince them that they're not bad at life.
Yeah.
If you want to come to me and say, listen, hey, this is, I am left of sideways. I need some direction.
Yeah.
Then listening to your stuff, listening to my stuff, that will absolutely get them on track. If you're 3 videos in and you don't feel anything, not for you.
Yeah.
Not for you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's your feeling. I have it. I don't like talking about it, but that's why, when I created the course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time, I was emphatic that any of the fuzzy stuff, your whys and all of the other nonsense, I was going to put that at the end, which I did in like section 5. I was going to smack people in the face step 1.
Yeah.
Because I want to know if you're going to do the work.
That's right.
If you buy my course for $299 and you don't do the work, don't bother. It's that. Yeah. Don't do it. Do the work. Set your criteria. I have people build a spreadsheet on their own. I certainly give them the one that I use, but it's because I want them to feel what is going on in their market.
Yes.
And you have to do it daily. Focus and daily execution. If you're ready to do it different in the future, buy the course. Let's go join the Facebook group. Matt's in the group as well. If you're just, if you're ho-humming, It's all right. It'll be there whenever you're ready. No hard feelings.
So I'm not trying to attack the younger generation, but my point of frustration is mostly with them because there's so few real winners there.
Yeah.
And there can be a lot more, but the attitude of entitlement blows my mind. You
Yeah.
haven't done anything yet. You haven't accomplished anything yet. And most importantly, the opportunity is there. The path is there, but you have to do.
What would
the
you
work.
give to start now back at, whatever age you want? I mean, today is far easier with all the
Oh my
access to
word,
information, the loan programs,
Yeah.
all of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, your 4-3-2-1 that you're sharing with everybody.
Oh my word.
I couldn't imagine.
Oh my
To be
word.
19 again. Oh,
Yeah. Oh, dear God. Yeah. Like if I mean, my strategy 4-3-2-1 came out of what we did, but we didn't get to start at 4-3-2-1. I started at 3. So
Yeah.
I went 3, but there were some loan products that were different at the time where I could go 3-2-2-2-2-2-2-2-2. And that's how I built it. You can still do that now today, but my 4-3-2-1 strategy is a practical way of between 5 and 6 years, you'll have $1 million worth of real estate.
Yeah.
So
I think there will be many people in different areas that at the end of, if all you ever do is 4-3-2-1 house hacking, which you're bringing to us in the course, I think there's a better than 50-50 chance that you're a millionaire. Not you own $1 million, but you're a millionaire when that's over. So
yeah, there's no substitute, Mike. It's like we've seen all of our lives. And one of the things, like I said, I'm unfairly maybe harsh on the younger generation because I have a bunch of them that work for me too.
Yeah.
And like, holy cow, guys, I'm like, the opportunity is so there. And 83% of them, Michael, 83% of people, I think it's between 18 and 26, 83% of them believe that they will be millionaires by the time they're 40. 83%.
Wow.
Short of Weimar Republic level inflation.
Yeah.
Short of that, maybe 6% of you will be. Maybe.
Yeah.
Out of the 83.
Folks, do the work.
Do the work, guys. It's there.
Listen to this video again, because there's 6 things in here that are just true.
And if you want, I know I'm being offensive. Sorry. Okay. I want you to win. I want you to win.
We both want you to win.
I mean, we don't do this for the awesome size checks we get from YouTube.
No, God, no.
Or the massive endorsement deals that we get. We don't do that for this. We do that because we want to help people. And so all of this is really just getting people to focus and understand. Yeah, I get it. I've heard it 1,000 times. You're going to have to do the work.
Yeah. What I really see in this conversation is I want to give you a hug and Matt wants to kick you in the ass. Whatever you need. People are motivated by different things. You want to be kicked in the ass? Matt, you want a big hug? Me. That's what I'm thinking.
Sure. Yeah. I'll kick away.
There you go. Well, do me a favor. Where can people find the amazing content you're producing?
Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah. So lumberjacklandlord.com and Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube. We are there. We are there often. We took a little bit of a hiatus, but we are back now and producing a ton of content, stuff that was all backed up in my mind over the last 4 weeks when we hadn't done a whole lot.
Very cool, buddy. Thank you very much for this.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.